When choosing a sofa for the living room, many families usually care about whether that sofa set looks beautiful, elegant, and suitable for the interior design of the home. But there is one thing people often pay very little attention to, and that is how the area right behind the sofa is arranged. According to feng shui, the space behind the sofa is like the back support of the entire living room. It is often seen as a symbol of your family's future fortune and its ability to preserve wealth and positive energy. When this position is solid and balanced, the wealth that enters the home is more likely to gather and stay. But if you often place objects with harsh or negative energy in this area, the flow of energy may become disturbed, and your financial luck may quietly slip away without you even realizing it. So, what should you avoid placing behind the sofa, and how should you rearrange this area to welcome good energy into your home? Let's find out right now. Number 1. Fish tanks and artificial waterfalls. According to Flying Star Feng Shui, the position of the sofa is often considered the auspicious seat of the room, meaning it is a key spot for gathering human energy and preserving wealth energy for your entire family. Have you ever heard the saying, "Mountains govern people and water governs wealth"? It is true that water symbolizes money, but the rule you can remember is this: water should only be placed in front, in an area that is active and full of movement, while the area behind your back should be like a mountain, a direction that needs stillness and stability. When you place a fish tank or a waterfall right behind your neck, you may accidentally violate the major feng shui taboo known as moving water behind the back. You can imagine that behind your back, you need a solid point of support, like a wall or a mountain, so you can lean on it, but water, by nature, is always moving. The oxygen filter runs continuously, the fish keeps swimming, and the moving water keeps stirring up the energy. This can make the black tortoise support behind your family feel much weaker and less stable. The real-life result that often follows may be financial loss. At this point, the money in your home can become like flowing water, sometimes full, sometimes drained away, and often difficult to control. So, what should you do if you still want to decorate the empty space behind the sofa and make it feel less bare? You can use the wood element. Instead of using water, place green potted plants with round, large, and thick leaves behind the sofa, such as a corn plant or a zizi plant. Unlike water, which is always in motion, green plants have roots that grow deep into the soil, symbolizing stability and endurance. In addition, the presence of the wood element here also acts like an energetic wall. It helps regulate the excess water energy and creates a supportive cycle of growth, helping protect your prosperity energy. When you have a solid, fresh, and green point of support like that, your mind may also become clearer when you sit in the living room. From there, you can make wiser decisions to preserve and grow your wealth in a stable and prosperous way. Number 2. Large mirrors. We often use mirrors as a common trick to fool the eye and make a space feel more spacious. However, in traditional feng shui, a mirror can become an item that causes harm on many levels at once if it is placed in the wrong position. And placing it behind the person sitting on the sofa is one of the biggest taboos. You know, in feng shui, a mirror is considered an item that can reflect negative energy and scatter the flow of energy. When you hang a large mirror right behind the sofa, it reflects the entire back of the neck and back of the person sitting there. In face reading and feng shui, the back of the neck is often called the lower occipital area. It symbolizes a person's rear support, future fortune, and protection. Therefore, if a mirror directly reflects the back of the neck or the back, this layout is considered a situation where the rear support is exposed. It causes the energy field behind you to become dispersed, symbolizing that you may be watched, envied, criticized behind your back, or face hidden disadvantages in work and life. There is one more issue I want to share with you. A mirror can also reflect the flow of energy. A mirror placed behind the sofa can create a phenomenon that feng shui calls light sha. This means that when life energy enters through the main door, instead of gathering and flowing gently around the sofa area to nourish you, it is reflected back out by the mirror or scattered and disturbed. And when your home cannot gather energy, your financial luck may also be blocked. It is like a bag with a hole in the bottom. No matter how much good luck comes in, it is hard to keep it. So, move that mirror to a side wall or hang it across from the sofa. You can also place a mirror near the entrance or in hidden corners to guide light into the home. That way, the mirror can serve its proper function as an item that regulates energy, helping the space feel both open and cozy while still preserving warmth and prosperity for your family. Number 3. Tangled electrical wires. In modern life, placing power outlets, Wi-Fi routers, or speakers close to the back of the sofa for convenient phone charging or entertainment has become a habit in many families. However, from a feng shui perspective, this is when you are creating electric snakes or fire snakes that directly attack your own life energy. According to applied feng shui, electronic devices always create a very strong active energy field when they are operating, usually associated with the fire element or the metal element. As I shared at the beginning, the area behind the sofa needs stillness in order to preserve wealth energy. When you leave bundles of tangled, messy electrical wires right behind your back, you create a disturbed rear formation. In other words, these chaotic energy flows will constantly clash with your back and the back of your neck, breaking the balance of the energy field around the person sitting there. This can keep your mind in a disturbed state, make your thinking less clear, and from there, your financial luck may also face many obstacles. To correct these electric snakes, first, use dedicated plastic cable management boxes to store all power strips and electrical wires inside. When the wires are neatly put away, these harmful forms are neutralized, helping the energy flow behind the sofa become calmer and more peaceful. In addition, you can place a yellow crystal sphere here, or use warm yellow accent lighting associated with the earth element in this area to help neutralize electromagnetic disturbance. When the area behind your back is clean and organized, the flow of wealth energy can finally gather and move into your home. Number 4. Paintings, collectibles, and decorative items with negative energy. In feng shui arrangement, the area behind the sofa is often seen as a place that constantly receives fresh life energy. However, if the wall behind the sofa is covered with too many sharp decorative objects, gloomy colored paintings, or antiques of unknown origin, this layout can make the overall feng shui of the home become unbalanced. First, there is the habit of displaying items such as decorative swords, blades, or animal horns. I know many of you may like to hang them to show your personality or sense of authority, but in feng shui, these sharp objects carry aggressive and harmful energy. When you place them right at the family's main seating position, they create clashing energy currents. As a result, your family members may often argue over small things in daily life. Financially, this type of negative energy may block lucky life energy, making you more likely to get caught up in legal problems or suffer losses caused by disputes. Second, there are paintings with overly dark colors or images of wild animals hunting prey. Many people hang paintings of tigers or eagles attacking prey because they think these images look powerful, but in reality, violent images give off negative energy. According to the principle that scenery creates energy, when we live in a space filled with dark and gloomy images, the subconscious mind continuously absorbs tension. This can weaken your drive to move forward, make your mind less clear, and sometimes cause you to miss important financial opportunities. Besides that, there are antiques of unknown origin or old broken electronic items. Antiques often accumulate stagnant energy or the energetic memories of previous owners over many generations, while damaged items represent stagnation and decay. When you place these old energy objects in the area behind the sofa, your personal luck may become stuck, unable to flow smoothly or welcome fresh energy into the home. To push back these negative energy sources, first, for sharp objects, move all blades and swords into a glass cabinet with a tightly closed door. The glass layer and wooden frame will then act like an energy filter, keeping the harmful energy from shooting directly into the family's resting space. For antiques, if you still want to keep them for display, first use a clean cloth dipped in white liquor mixed with crushed ginger to wipe the item thoroughly. After that, burn agarwood incense around it for about 30 minutes to help clear away stagnant energy and old energetic memories, so the object's energy field becomes cleaner before being placed in its final position. For paintings and pictures, choose images with bright sunlight or replace them with peony paintings, which represent wealth and honor. You can also use landscape paintings with water flowing inward toward the home, guiding wealth energy to the right place. Number 5. The altar. Placing a sofa with its back against the altar wall violates the principle of clean energy and impure energy in traditional feng shui, and it also interferes with the solemnity of the worship space. Placing these two spaces right next to each other creates a major energy conflict. Every time you sit down, stand up, or talk loudly right beside the worship area, the physical movement and mixed noise can directly affect the incense bowl. In feng shui, when the incense bowl is disturbed, it is considered a sign of instability. This may lead to internal conflict within the family, loss of wealth, and a gradual decline in the health of family members. Moreover, accidentally leaning your head toward the worship area or turning your back directly to it is also seen as disrespectful and may reduce the blessings of your family. To reduce these negative effects, move the sofa to another wall so the spiritual axis is completely separated. If the space is too narrow, pull the sofa at least about 12 to 20 inches, or about 30 to 50 centimeters, away from the altar, and make sure the back of the sofa does not touch or affect the altar. In this empty space, you can install a wooden partition that reaches all the way to the ceiling, or place a low cabinet to create an independent energy wall. Using the wood element from the wooden material will help filter out impure energy and protect the purity of the space behind the sofa. On the low cabinet, you should also place green potted plants, such as a money tree or a lucky bamboo plant, to create a layer of protective energy, helping your family stay peaceful while preventing wealth from leaking away. Arranging the space behind the sofa is exactly how we create a solid point of support for our own fortune. When you can keep the area behind the sofa quiet and stable, while the space in front remains active and open, the wealth energy in your home will be preserved, and you can avoid unnecessary changes that cause money to leak away in daily life. If you still have any questions or concerns about arranging your home according to feng shui to welcome luck and wealth, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. We will answer them together and share more in the next videos. Goodbye, and see you again.